Hi, good morning guys, thanks for joining me. Just a little bit of a different kind of video today. I've just crossed the border, come out over to Wales. And where I am at the moment, I've just done a little woodland just opposite from where I work, which is quite convenient for myself. I've just actually parked the car just down on the bottom of the road there, just opposite the fishery. And the road itself here, this is the A525, quite a noisy road, and this is one which takes you up to Ponderosa, Horseshoe Pass and all them kind of places, Snowdonia. Absolutely stunning area. So what I'm doing today is just coming out into these woodlands. I just need to find myself just a new location for the winter. I just thought it'd be nice just bring you along. You know, I wasn't perhaps going to make a video about it, but you know, there's a little bit of scenery that's quite nice. And also might just run through just the items in the pack, have a little bit of lunch and that kind of thing in a natter. So like I was saying, just in the Welsh countryside, just at the bottom of where I work. And as we walk around the corner here, I'll just see if I can get a shot of the fishery itself. It's a nice little fishery, and also to do a great bacon butty. I'm not sure the camera can pick that up quite clearly, but that's the fishery where I work, and just see a bit of water just coming through the trees there. Very nice place, got 5 or 6 pools, some trout pools, carp pools, like I was saying, a real nice cafe. So what we're going to do is just going to climb up the steep ground here, and hopefully it's going to plateau out up the top. We're just going to maintain just the route just up this main path here, and up the top there, there's a little bit of a pool, so I'm led to believe it's got brown trout in it. Then we're going to go up over the ridge here and carry on walking, and hopefully we can get into some of this darker woodland and just find somewhere where we can make a little bit of a camp and have a little bit of lunch. Well guys, we just made it up to the top of that hill, and that was a ball breaker, absolutely swept my bag off, so I'm just stopping for a little bit of drink of water. Where we are at the moment here, a little bit of a darker woodland. This is the kind of thing that I'm looking for, but at the moment here we're still on the path quite a bit. You know, there's a lot of mountain biking which goes on over in that direction over there. A little bit of firewood, or perhaps kids are building shelters, so it just shows you that this area is, you know, going to be used probably at the weekends and that kind of thing. So I'm just going to keep on walking just over in that direction, just checking the map, just making sure that we're going in the right direction. I think the reservoir is just behind them trees there. Then we can just have a quick mooch about. I'm definitely going to have a brew. Might just show you just a few of the items which I've got in the rucksack with me today. Then we're going to carry on. I'm just going to find somewhere where we can start building these shelters. Just as I'm making my way down this path here, there's quite a few interesting little things. Not sure how long ago that was fouled, but you know, probably at the end of the day, the only thing that's keeping that from rotting down completely is just a little bit of resin that's probably in there. Also, there's quite a few of these carvings just in the background there. If the camera can pick it up, there's an owl. There's another one just a little bit further down there I'm going to show you. Some real nice carving, really. I'd like to say I did it myself with a little bit of a carving knife, but in all fairness, it's probably been done with chainsaws and that kind of thing. And just giving you a quick close-up of one of them owls, like I say, very nice. This one hasn't been done with a chainsaw, it looks like it's been done with chisels. There's nothing like this in the woodlands where I am locally. Them woodlands are pretty much all raggedy old things, you know, no one really does much work to them. Quite impressed with the work which goes on here. There's a lot of mountain bike trails and the likes, obviously, you know, making a little bit of revenue for the woodlands. The only trouble with that is, it just means people, and it just means you've got to get deeper into the woodland just to get out of the way a little bit. But again, you know, this here, nice, you know, nice kind of thing to have in your garden. I'm sure if that was, you know, in the area where I come from, it would be in somebody's garden. So thankfully now we've just come to the edge of the reservoir. I've just got to break my way through these trees. I've actually been following the paths around, you know, quite religiously to the map. Purely down to the fact that I don't know where I am really. You know, these woodlands aren't familiar to me like the ones back at home. you know, probably after a couple of months of coming regular, you can find all these places easily. And if your camp's a mile, 2 miles, 3 miles out of the way, it just means as long as you know how to get there, you know, there's no issues really. So what I'm going to do is just get my way down there, get this pack off, make myself a cup of tea. And like I say, I'll just have a quick rummage in the rucksack just to see the kind of things that I brought. So the reservoir itself, I think this is called Pendynas Reservoir. This is the drinking water for the little villages and towns just at the bottom there. And it's nice just to have a little bit of drinking water on hand. Again, you know, with the woodlands I use, always got a little bit of ditch land, that kind of thing, just a little bit of marsh. That's pretty much the drinking water all you've got. But just as long as you treat this water, there's a lot of sheep farms around here, so there's going to be dead sheep that are dropping into the rivers, all the little brooks and all that kind of things up in the mountains, which is going to wash all the crap, all the bacteria and everything else all down into this water. So just using sterilising tablets, boiling it, filtering it, that kind of thing is going to be the way to go. Which just means then I haven't got to start bringing drinking water with me. It's just nice just to have something, you know, not far from camp really. And what makes it even better is the fact there's a little bit of blue sky again. And like I say, you know, a bit of a rarity here, but such a stunning area. Certainly when the weather's nice, you know, in the summertime it's beautiful up here. Don't know so much about the fishing though. I haven't seen any, you know, private fishing signs. That's usually the main thing if they're going to have fish in the water. But you know, there might be the odd few wild brown trout. Might be worth bringing the fly rod up at some point, or perhaps just try a little bit of primitive fishing just to see if you can get something out of here. Just taking a look, just in this little bit of a ditch or a little bit of a stream or whatever you want to call it. And I've actually seen just a few little trout. It's not very big, little brownies, probably around about 4 or 5 inches, something like that, swimming about. So obviously it means they're going to be getting into the reservoir there. There's probably going to be bigger fish held up in some of that deeper water in the reservoir. And the pH of it's going to be very similar to the fishery. So same kind of fly life, there's going to be plenty of midge, mosquitoes, summertime damsels and all that kind of stuff. So at the end of the day, it might be worth bringing the fly rod up. Like I've said, I haven't seen any signs there saying no fishing, so in my opinion, let's go fishing. Yeah, and I've just seen a few other little fish just shoot downstream there, or down brook, whatever you want to call it. Water's crystal clear, so spotting fish, you know, wouldn't be any kind of problems. Reminds me very much of the chalk streams what we used to fish over in Wiltshire. You know, so again, you know, nice little spot. Certainly a stunning location anyway. And then just in the distance there, just on the left hand side, just that darker hill, that's one of the bigger hills in the area. That's around about 700 foot, obviously small compared to Snowdon and the likes. But again, if you wanted to do any walking around this area, there's certainly plenty of places. And just inside the woods, just at the end of the reservoir, this is what the ground's like inside. Very mossy, very boggy, so I should imagine in the summertime this place will be full of midges, mosquitoes and the likes. So I'd probably make camp just a little bit further up, probably just a little bit breezy there as well, just to blow the insects away. It just means that we've got a little bit of drinking water down here, and like I say, just a little bit of fishing if we need it. So I basically just tipped all the items out of the pack just onto the ground here, just to show you the kind of things which I've actually brought. So the pack itself, is a 511 Rust 72, absolutely awesome pack. I've actually done a review on it. And just on the side here, there's a little Garmin E-Trex, nice little GPS, you know, very simple to use, and again, you know, it is accurate. It's going to find me, you know, back out to the woods if anything was to happen. So just starting off with a bulky item here. This is a couple of tarps, just a cheap tarp on the outside, just from the pound shop, and just on the inside there is an AquaQuest Defender. That's the 3v2 with bungees and also ridge lines. Gav said there's going to be quite a bit of rain and also quite a bit of wind today. Just like so, that was a bungee there. A couple of bottles of drinking water, and also a mug, and also firing. So I'm just going to make a brew in a second, and also get some food cooked. So the food we got just in a little mess tin. I'm just going to try and keep things as light as possible. I think the pack weighed around about 25 pounds, so not too bad really. Navigation kit, like I say, running in conjunction with the GPS. I've actually got all the things which I need there, and also the map, and also on my side just that anything was happening to the GPS. Also got a small little compass just in the pouch. A little bit of a fire kit, just some birch bark and some little bits of fat wood just in the tin there. I didn't actually need any fat wood, there's plenty of that kind of stuff down here. And then I've also got just a small little hatchet. This is that cheap one which I purchased around about £6 or £7. It's actually turned out not too bad. And again, I thought it might needed a little bit of wood chopping down, that'd be worth carrying. Just in conjunction with that, just a small pocket knife, and this is the Victorinox Farmer. That doesn't need any introduction. Just a small little bag here. This has got a Mylar blanket in, some waterproof and windproof matches, some fuel tabs, a little stove and a 12-hour candle, and also that Mylar blanket just in case anything happened and I needed to make a little bit of a shelter or just a little bit of warmth. It just means I've actually got everything just at hand in a bag. Notepad and pen, just in case I needed to take any notes, you know, just finding features where I am, you know, marking places on the map of interest. If I needed to bring any tools, that kind of thing, I could just take a few notes. Just a little spoon here, just running in conjunction with the food, the tea, the coffee and everything else. Just a little birch spoon which I've made, and obviously tea and sugar. Just a few energy things, chocolates, these little munchies, and one of these isotonic energy things. A pair of gloves. Just a little torch to go in conjunction with the head torch, just if I need a little bit of light. Cheap little stove, not the Bush box, this is a little Chinese one. Absolutely brilliant little thing for the money. A sword just in case again I needed just to cut a little bit of wood down for firewood, that kind of thing. That's the pocket boy. A small little first aid kit. Ferro rod and striker on fire cord. I'm going to use that in a second just to get one of these little stoves going. That's pretty much everything, and that's the kind of stuff which I've carried in. You know, apart from the food and the water, it's obviously all going to be coming out with me, but the weight of it again around about 20 odd pound. It's not so bad in weight, but it just means that I've got actually everything that I need just to keep comfortable in camp today. And also if I did need to stay overnight, you know, that wouldn't be too much of a problem. Apart from the heat, I'd probably have to get a good fire going, but there's a little bit of protection there just with the Mylar blanket. Just while I'm putting this stove together, I was actually given a good little tip by one of the subscribers when I mentioned that I didn't have any trivets on this little cheap little stove here, and the suggestion was why don't you just put tent pegs across it or coat hanger, that kind of thing. So what I've actually got here is just a few little bits of wire coat hanger, and I'll just bend it over just into a little loop and then just feed it into one of the holes and then just pull it across, and it then tightens the top up as well. But it also means I've got something there just to reduce the size of the hole, just to actually just put a mug or a bottle on it. Hopefully, I haven't used it yet, that these aren't too rounded, it's going to fall off, but we're going to give it a try anyway, just see what happens. This is what it's all about, isn't it? You know, just coming out, just trying a few things, seeing what works and seeing what doesn't. just whilst I'm waiting for that water to boil, I thought I'd just give you a quick lowdown on the boots, just see how they're doing. And these are the Amagani sacks. I think I mentioned these a few weeks ago. I had these for my birthday. Absolutely awesome pair of boots. Not cheap at all, around about £200 a pair. But you know, as long as you do stop any kind of blisters and bunions and that kind of thing, you know, they're going to be worth every penny. So at the moment I've probably done, I don't know, around about 50-60 miles in them in total. The grip on them, you know, still holding up, everything's fine on them. And again, very comfortable straight out of the box, so you know, there's no breaking in period, that kind of thing. You know, I was quite confident in putting them on and just going straight out and doing them miles. Quite impressed by how this spruce and also this larch is burning just in the stove here. I'm just spinning you around. You know, where I am locally, we have quite a few Scots pines and that kind of thing. We don't tend to have so much spruce. This is mainly what's in this woodland here, which is spruce and larch. And so I'm led to believe, you know, this woodland's been here since the 70s, but the history in this area goes back thousands and thousands of years. You know, there's stories of witches, there's stories of UFOs. I was watching a documentary, you know, about a UFO around about 10 miles I think it was, and it's quite a well-known case. You know, the military there within minutes and all that kind of stuff, so you know, it's worth checking out. I'll probably just put the link in the description. You know, not that I'm into UFOs and all that kind of stuff, but I do find, you know, all the history in the area is quite you know, quite interesting. Yeah, just looking there, it looks like them little bits of wire are doing the business. That cup's you know, the first time it's been on this stove, purely for the fact that the holes were too big, so just thanks to the guy who gave me that suggestion. Cheers, boys. Not sure if you can actually pick it up, but it's actually gone black as a bag out here. Not sure, maybe because I'm under a little bit of a canopy as well, but it is going to start chucking down with rain, and we're on what now? Nearly 2:45, so it's going to take me a couple of hours to get out to the woods, so it's going to be definitely pitch black by the time I get down onto the pass and actually get back around and out to the woods, probably around about 3 or 4 miles away from the car. You know, so I didn't actually find, you know, a good location to camp or have an overnight camp, should I say. You know, I could just put a tarp and an hammock up here, we could call that good. You know, and do a few videos from up here, but I just wanted to just have an explore just further into the woodlands. You know, this place is bigger than what I first thought. And also I wanted just to show you a little bit about the history. Like I say, there's some UFO sightings over the mountains in that direction. There's loads of Bronze Age burials over there, around about 3, 4, 5,000 years old, I think they are, something like that. And also there was a witch trial which went on in the village over there, where they were hanging witches left, right and centre. So you know, there's a lot of history around this place. It's just a shame, you know, the daylight hours are caught up with us. You know, I put a few miles in and hopefully tried to show you just a few of the, you know, the nicer places. I could show you all the trees, but you know, how many spruce trees and larch trees do you want to look at? Right, so that's everything packed up. Gotta make sure I've got some kind of light with me. Let's just get on this path. Let's get out of here. Just making my way through the tree line here. I've just stumbled across this here. This is one of the reasons why, you know, you perhaps want to check where it is that you're camping at night. The last thing you want is like that falling on top of you. Perhaps doesn't look quite big there. If I just stand in front of it, just get some kind of perspective about the size. This is absolutely massive. You know, I'm not the biggest person in the world, but that must be 15 foot high, 15 foot across, just that root structure. Like I say, you know, just watch out where it is where you're camping. Absolutely madness. So just following the stream back down, I've only got to go probably around about another mile and I'll be at the car. I've just found this nice little bit of an area here. Nice flat ground, a little bit of running water. Probably in the summertime I wouldn't use it, probably too many midges and mosquitoes, that kind of thing. But certainly in the winter time, as long as it doesn't flood and the water comes over this area, to me this is a nice little campsite. So what I'm going to do, the beauty about the GPS, I'm just going to mark it down as a waypoint. And I've shown about 2 or 3 which I've actually put in now. And these are locations which I can find again quite easily just by following the GPS. Like I say, we're about a mile away from the car, so this area wouldn't be too far to find, you know, if I needed to again in the future. So without making you too dizzy, I'll just give you a quick spin around, just show you the site itself. Nice flat ground over there. A couple of trees for an hammock. Not too far apart for the top. Out of the wind, nice sheltered valley. Like I say, you know, as long as the rain doesn't come up, you know, and force this little bit of a stream to come up too high, you know, in my opinion. A nice little sheltered, secluded spot. So just whilst we're down, I'm just going to take advantage, just take the pack off for a little bit, just have a quick swig of water. With it not being too far away from the car, I haven't got to worry about it going too dark. Just a little bit more light as well, you know, just out in this thinner bit of a canopy here. But yeah, nice little spot, you know. I don't know if I'd passed it on the way up, you know, but I've walked over in the far direction over there in the west. I've also been coming from the other direction. You know, being a mile away from the car, it's not too far to walk in. You know, the kind of things that I'd carry on an overnight stay, you know, is obviously going to weigh just a little bit more than what I've got at the moment. But this pack itself, you know, is pretty much, you know, similar kind of weight, probably just a little bit more water, a DOS bag, and also just a bigger tarp, you know, and pretty much away. There's also plenty of bits of firewood down here as well. Just hope none of them witches come out. Well guys, we've just followed this stream all the way down now. I'm absolutely shattered. That's just brought us back down to the main road. I'm certainly not going to film myself on the main road. A chance of getting bitten off by a tractor or some kind of truck. If I can, I'll probably just get a quick shot of the woodlands. It goes over for a few miles in that direction. Certainly for another mile or so, you know, just behind me here. You know, and again, I've enjoyed the walk. It's been quite nice. It's nice just to come out, just visit a new woodland. You know, certainly a good option here for a few overnighters. I've just found a couple of little spots. Again, you know, I couldn't film too much, you know, like I say, you know, how many trees do you want to see? But hopefully there's just been a little bit of scenery there, you know, perhaps just a little bit of interest, just seeing, you know, what the woodlands of Wales are like. So like always guys, I'd just leave me say thanks a lot for you stopping by and watching the video, like always. Until next time, you take care, and I'll see you again.